Okay, baby. We coming at you with good news, but before we get to that, don't forget to email me at gritsandeggspod, not at gritsandeggs, but gritsandeggspod@gmail.com. Or you can call in, leave some questions, some comments, some concerns. You need me to fix your life or need me to ruin somebody else's life for you? 1-855-234-EGGS. That's 1-855-234-3447. We're official YouTube partners, baby. This page is now monetized. Get money. Get money. Yeah, baby, we official YouTube partners. So look, gonna be some changes. Minor changes for a major outcome. I'm gonna be a little bit more professional. No, we're not gonna button it all the way up, but I think it's this thing of like the first 8 minutes you gotta kind of keep it cool. So we're gonna dial back on the hard A. We had a counter for the last episode. Bro, I was watching it. It was like every sixth word.
Crazy word.
I don't know what I was on. I think because Juneteenth had just.
You was feeling yourself.
I was feeling like Frederick Douglass. Yes, man. We it's not possible without y'all checking in, tapping in, leaving the comments, sending us the love, giving us the views, returning to the video, sharing it, liking it. All that good shit y'all been doing. All that good shit. We thank y'all. We got some movement in the background. Sit your ass down. Sit down. We're recording in here. This is how we pay the bills now. Your boy. Oh, he wanted me to tell y'all. So this vinyl that you see here, this is my last work. Coffee and Cigarettes Act 2. I got this vinyl 2 years ago on my birthday, on my 31st birthday. Yeah, man. You can go on any streaming or YouTube, search Negus Deontay, Negus Deontay, and tap in. I was all right. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't nothing to call home about, but I was all right. Kendrick, Not Like Us. I mean, he's just. We knew. After that song blew up like that, he has to drop a video. Because if we don't drop a video, then it don't really bring it all the way home. Now, the Ken and Friends concert, the pop-out concert, major. Historic shit. Some technical difficulties. Kendrick Lamar dropped that Not Like Us video. Absolute victory lap. A lot of gems in there, and if you've been on TikTok or Twitter, it don't take long to get the breakdowns, bro. But this is the final, I believe, the final nail in the coffin of this beef. But I do think with that snippet that played in the beginning, I am reincarnated. I was stargazing. That boy good, man. That boy good. I do think that is a signifier of a new album on the way, because when he played that snippet that never dropped at the beginning of the All Right video, we got To Pimp a Butterfly. We get a snippet. I don't know what this album's going to be called, but they said on the jacket, it said 8/8/24. That's a Thursday. Now, it's not uncommon of Kendrick to do things that are the opposite of what the rest of the industry does, because he has his own collective in PG Lang, and I'm pretty sure he owns his music. He can drop whenever he wants. He can do whatever he wants. He showed y'all that when he dropped Meet the Grams. Ain't no timeline on this shit, nigga. Dun 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 dun, and ended. That was the end of the beef right there. But I think the Not Like Us video was. I like how calm and collected he was the whole time. Even though he looked very serious, he looked very like whatever, you know. It was good to see him amongst the people. It was good to see him go back to where he's from and show love. And clearly the people love him. The hopscotch on the A minor. Hide your little sister from him. Y'all told him drop and give him 50. Mans was on cinder blocks in the makeshift jail cell.
Never been to prison, son. He's never been locked up.
It's in his DNA.
It's in his lineage. Prisons.
Nah, man, this dude is a nut, bro. And then never seen Kenny with the fresh lineup neither.
He's crispy.
He's crispy.
Keeping it nappy. But
Keeping it nappy.
For the culture.
Keeping it nappy for the culture. Crispy lineup. The beard it ain't patchy no more. Good oils. But it's good to see, bro. This is just the icing on the cake, man. I love everything about it. Of course, you know, we get a Dave Free cameo. Then who we get at the end? They're the be walking on y'all ass. I'm talking about hitting a good 180 game on her. Like she been doing this before.
She's from Compton.
She's from Compton. She from where they from. That's what I'm saying is like, bro, when he said sometimes you gotta pop out and show him, this what he talk like. This is the conversation that we was having about shout out to Hashi Senju. Send me an email. We're not gonna put that email up. We don't got time for that. What makes a good artist? What makes a great artist? And we having this conversation because we was going back and forth about this whole Kendrick thing. Shipping containers was a choice. Everything about that. Hold on, before we get to this next topic, everything about that video, as we can see throughout this beef, is very strategically placed. The video being 5 minutes and 55 seconds. And that is angel number sign that's just basically about like reinventing yourself, reincarnation, new growth. The owl. Both owls in both versions. So the pinata owl with the wop 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 wop. I mean, Dot fuck him up, and he indeed was fucking that pinata up. But I think also the owl at the end, and somebody brought up from this perspective that when the owl was when the owl was in front, you couldn't see a cage, but when Kendrick was in front, you could see the cage. It's just like he doesn't see himself in a cage. But this exposing him for what he really is, just being a fraud. And honestly, if we're gonna be real about Drake and what he is, I think this may be one of the greatest acting performances we've ever seen in our life. Worthy of a Grammy. I mean, not a Grammy, but an Oscar. Because Audrey Graham as Drake. But now we're starting to see the decline. Oh, we ain't even got to get into the artist thing. We talk about Drake. We keep it on Drake for a minute because we seen Drake at that Mike Rubin party.
Never seen him at a Mike Rubin party, ever.
Always was too good for the Mike Rubin party.
Brought him back down to earth.
He's a mid-card player again. He's no longer in the heavyweight champion conversation. He in the cruiserweight intercontinental conversation now. This is a mid-card player. Real Alex Wright. Dean Malenko type vibes. Seeing him, because the thing is like, you at the Mike Rubin party with the likes of like, and I'm not even trying to be funny, but you out there with Coyle Ray Drewski and like Coco Johns, like you admit, have we knocked you back down to the mid card? Are the fillers melting?
Not only that, he looked tired. He looked mentally tired.
And then he always is, you know, the alcoholism on full display. Now, I'm not one to talk. But I can tell you this, I was drinking much of that fella. He's looking very Sandra in the face. That European gene is popping out and showing niggas. It's just, cuz look tired. Cuz he look. And if he is an actor, and he know Mark Ruben gonna post that to display sadness. I was trying to make the motherfucker feel bad for you, bruh. Tighten up, bruh. Get back in the booth. Even though me and everybody else is of the collective, it's a little too late for that. That shit is sell. I think the best thing for Drake to do is just take 2024 off. I don't think we need music from him. Because we got a few things happening. We got the clips finna drop. Fully produced by Pharrell. Kendrick clearly finna drop. And these are basically the two knives that just took him down. Kendrick, now I know Joe Budden want to take credit. Look, Joe, you did drop 13 diss tracks against Drake. We not gonna take that away from you. And Joe Budden be barred up. But the thing is that if you look at it from that perspective, like you don't want to see like Rey Mysterio fighting Hulk Hogan. This is like, to me, that's not a good match. And so Joe Budden being Rey Mysterio. It's just like he had too much cultural cachet, and he was in the midst of a meteoric rise. Like this Drake with the low cut. So we still talk. We talking about before he even fully assimilated into his African Americanism. He still had the Toronto vibes about him with the low cut, no waves. I think that Joe Budden seen what everybody else is seeing now then. And we could say that Joe Budden has his finger on the culture. Like he understands the culture because he's from it. But I don't think he's ever going to get past the pump it up thing. As a rapper, I don't think he's ever going to get any like credibility outside of pump it up. And he really needs to like think like crumping, like dancing and crumping. Like they keeping him alive. Cause that pump it up if you can't get it, crump it, get it on. So they were saying to get it on. Swipe my fitted on. He was hitting the O's like a motherfucker. But Joe shot first. I'll say that. It's as far as like a public, like really going at Drake. Everybody heard stories about Drake throughout the years, but it's just like he too hot. And now the reason why Pusha T even has a shot is because real rap heads, like people that love this hip hop shit, we know Pusha T. We respect that pen. One of the few artists in the game that comes out of a group and actually holds his own as a solo career, if not bigger than his group. We ain't seen that since like the likes of Beyonce and Lil Wayne. That's honest. They the only ones that leave their group and become bigger as a solo act. So the cultural cachet that Pusha T has allows him to even have that shot anyway. And of course the casuals are like, who is Pusha T? I don't want to talk to niggas that ain't listen to Daytona. I don't want to talk to people that don't know nostalgia bar for bar. So, Kendrick, that's just the final nail in the coffin. And that is a giant. You feel me? Somebody was in my comments was like, let's be honest, this made Kendrick relevant. We have to, I don't want to keep having that conversation. Why, if he's not relevant, why is he in the Big Three conversation? Why did he have the highest grossing tour? Why he got all them Grammys? Why this man won a Pulitzer? It's a reason why he come back every 5 years and drop and everybody go crazy. He know he can. He's that guy. And he just proved that he's that guy. And he's a great artist. And that is a part of that conversation, like what makes a great artist. Now for me, I think the very first thing is the voice. Some people just have a voice for music. I think that's what makes Drake great. His voice is just, it sounds good on the beat. If you listen to the references, You listen to the references, and then you go to him as a performer. He sounds great. He performs it very well. This is a part of the reason why I was never really a big Lil Boosie fan. I understand, but that voice, that shit is like a gnat. Like you trying to get a gnat out you. Like the fuck was that? It's that for me. And I know some of the Southern hot girls are gonna be a little disappointed. I know, I get it, but you know, I like I Want Sex too. You feel me? That was a vibe. I like that too. I put that on when I'm with a nice young lady from the South. But I think like understanding them pockets too, like understanding how to weave in and out of pockets. Young Thug is really good at that. And being able to switch up your flow. I think one of the biggest things we can say about artists, like the Baby, never switches the flow. I think we might see some of those problems arise with Boss Man D-Lo because he hot right now. But a year from now, if we still getting that same if we keep doing that every song,
and it's the same beat every song.
Exactly. It's gonna burn out. I think that the storytelling ability is where we start talking about people like Nas, Jay-Z, Andre 3000, Lupe Fiasco. Storytelling ability is what puts you. I mean, because if I can see it in my mind's eye, as you saying it, it changes the whole perspective of how I'm viewing you as an artist anyway, because now you creating like an audible movie. Authenticity, yes, but depending on what we mean. Like everybody don't gotta be a super thug. I don't know what that mentality, like we can't, like I don't want every rapper to be DMX. You know what I'm saying? because this is the thing. He's a very apparently grimy nigga, bro. Everybody can't be DMX. We need artists like Childish Gambino. We need artists like Tyler. We don't have Tyler the Creator if he trying to be a thug. And I think when people hear authenticity, they start to think about the street element. And authenticity is literally be who you are, from where you're from, what you're about. Like, we need that. This is why people I think Tyler is the best example of that, especially in today's age, because Tyler is like openly bisexual. He started out really crazy. You know, this isn't like he didn't start out with like the typical black teenager thing. He wasn't as much as a thug as he was just a human troll, like just completely trolling, and still making good music, and had a collective, but was producing, making his own beats, and cultivated an audience through that. And then we could even talk about like the influence of like Soulja Boy, Lil B, when we come to like authenticity. Like as Soulja Boy's gotten older, he's definitely leaned more into trying to be like a street nigga. But when he came out, like he was with the dancing and having fun. Lil B had the most unorthodox thing, but garnered a following because people was like, I can relate to this some way. You know what I'm saying? I think understanding the history of music, like the genre you in, understanding the start of it, and then implementing that lyricism. Because you don't have a great rap artist if they aren't lyrical. That's just me. That's a personal opinion of mine. You got to say something that made me go, And all the greats have it. And we put our Mount Rushmores together, and we always include the same few names, and there's always lyricism between them. And there's always some air of like social commentary to them as well. And then we look at all these things that I'm saying makes a great artist, and we point to Kendrick Lamar, and we just check every box. And I don't like to do the GOAT conversation because that's too subjective. It's too based on my opinion. But if we talking a Mount Rushmore, him, Lil Wayne, and Jay-Z is the three. I don't know who holds that number 4 spot, but I think undoubtedly Lil Wayne, Kendrick Lamar, Jay-Z, greatest rappers of all time. I know y'all want to put Biggie and Pac. Listen, bro, I'm going to keep it real. If they don't die, I don't think we having this conversation. Call it a hot take if you want. If Biggie and Tupac don't die, I don't think we having a conversation about them being the greatest rappers of all time. Maybe Biggie, because he was lyrical. But then, how many years are we away from him having some type of dispute with Puffy? And we're not going to do revisionist history. They gone. So the only thing we got to go is based on what they put out. And it's so many albums and rappers that have came and went that's so much better than those two guys. It's just my opinion. They are staples in the community, but mostly because, like, we're a society of, like, worshiping the dead. Like, we love giving people their flowers when they're gone. And I'm going to put the button in that conversation right there. Would you rather go to the Diddy party or sign with 1017?
Jesus Christ. Listen, to be honest, I would probably rather go to the Diddy party.
I can leave.
I'm not signed to a contract.
Yeah, as soon as that white lady with the black fingertips come in, I'm out. I'm out. Well, yeah. The devil is not welcome here. But Gucci Mane just put up, like, bruh, it's so tone deaf. What's his artist name? Enchanting? Yeah. She just passed away. And then I think maybe a week later, have they even had the funeral yet? And Buddy on IG talking about, I got $1 million for one male and one female artist. Listen, I don't know how y'all feel about death or jail, but you're going. You're going. There's something clearly about this 1017 label where when you sign to them, you either die or you go to jail. I would rather take my chances in the streets than to have life-changing money and then die or go to jail. RIP to anybody that's been underneath that label. And depending on what you did, free you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But I think Gucci Mane is just completely tone deaf, and we get into like his Birdman era where he's so just all about the money that he don't even care about like the optics. This hasn't been the same person. A lot of these rappers aren't the same when they come back from prison. They lose their touch. They lose their touch audibly. It takes them some time to acclimate back into the sound, and then I just think you could see like a clear difference in them mentally. And that's the woes of prison for one, but for two, it's like life keep going. So I always feel like they trying to catch up, and I think we just heard enough of. I think honestly, collectively, we respect Gucci Mane and what he did as a solo artist. We respect him as an executive and what he did for a lot of artists that we know currently that came up through him. Nicki Minaj being one, Waka Flocka, Young Thug, the Migos. That list goes on, and we appreciate him. But I think we've heard enough about 1017 at this point. I think it's time to shut it down. I think it's time to shut it down. Way too many artists have died and went to jail in the last 5 years. And then he just signed a white boy out the blue. It's just, I think it's time to gracefully bow out. Gucci, I'm talking to you. I don't want no smoke with you. Smoke. I'm just here. I'm just giving a message. Don't kill the messenger. I think we've had enough of you. Culturally. I think to continue on diminishes what you've built. We on 4%. We're gonna have to continue this next week.
I mean, it was a bonus episode anyway.
Yeah, we could just drop it.
Yeah.